did see a lot coming in from Paida Black Angels with a lot of 2 or 3 things that ran through, and that is one big thing that we shall be having right here. And I can tell you, out of that, a couple of situations have been going through at Paida Black Angels. I want to start with this very incident that happened where, of course, fans at the same time the team making sure that the president of this club had to step down. That is Jakonyi Robert, who of course has been the president of Paida Black Angels. He finally had to step down because the fans reacted, and allegations came through. A lot of allegations have run through about this very coach, president. A lot of things that probably have come through saying that this is not happening and things are happening. So it is so big, and that is not okay. It's not okay. So I did tell you. Now let me start with where I left it all. I did say for Paida Black Angels, it has always been that. We have seen this from their genesis up to now, that you will never see a team of Paida Black Angels going up to the end. Trust me. They won't go up to the end or a full season without having a change of management. Now, as I talk right now, there's a new structure that is again coming at Paida Black Angels. Even some of the people who already departed could be coming back. I'm told probably they are reconsidering calling back the man by the names of Mr. Hassan, who has been their coach. They are trying to reconsider him to probably jet back. Those are some of the rumors already moving around. So you, yeah. But the allegations say that the man himself, Mr. Robert Jakonyi, has been involved in at least a mismanagement of funds from that is Paida Black Angels Football Club. And this incident showed something that went up to, if you look at what happened in when Paida went to Kampala. They failed to do a few things. What was that? They failed. Return was a very hard thing for them. They couldn't come back. And that is so challenging that you saw it happen. And indeed, it has costed a lot of things. It has costed a lot of questions from people. Why, of course, the players after that game could not return. The performance was poor. They were beaten, remember, in that game. And things did not really go well for that is by the Black Angels. And very many think. Remember that some teams are left with like Ondupaka is left with only 2 games to cross it over. But Paida Black Angels, if I'm to see here, they have around 4 games left on their card to see that they play, and this means that they still have chances to see that they push in there. Remember, they were neck to neck trying to do well. Paida itself has played 10 games so far, and they have just won thrice and drawn 4 times. That means 4 points. Plus 3, that is 9 points. 9 plus 4, that is around, they have 13 points. 13 points. So what does that mean? That means there's a lot of things that need to be ironed, a lot of things that needs to be pushed. But I can tell you, if Paida wins the remaining games, they could be getting a lot. Those are like 12 points. 12 points, you get yourself to around 12 plus 13. That's 15, around 25 points. So can they achieve that? Because number 1 right now is Gaddafi Football Club that has 23 points. And Black Power coming, of course, close to them with 23 points still after playing, of course, 11 games. Gaddafi has so far played only 10 games. The team that has played more games is Onduparaka Football Club, and then the team of Arua Hill Sports Club. Those are the 2 teams that have played more games so far, 12 games. And then, of course, there are those that have 11. Remember, teams like Maida Football Club, who have played around 10 games, but so far have just gotten 1 win. Still struggling to see that things go. So what is that problem? I told you, unless Paida Black Angels, this issue of saying this is our club, this is a community club. Yes, it's good for it to be a community club, but what about being a community club? Who are those people, of course, in this? Who are those people who could really make sure that it gets in there? So trust a few members to always represent, which of course they do have a CEO. You've seen them get a president and here and there. But the fans themselves now need to trust. Now, again, if you are already put in there, I want to be on a record. Of course, my producer is recording this, and for recording purposes, I know very many always will be saying here and there, but this is on record. I want to be there on record because of one or two issues that whatever I'm saying here should be a key thing that clubs need to adopt. When you've given task to a person, never interfere with that person's job until maybe you feel it is the due time. Now, fans, if you were the one who trusted Mr. Giaconyi Robert, who of course is who was the president of this team, you are still the same, of course, that have come maybe drop a vote of no confidence. That's no problem. No problem, yeah? But how is the tunnel that you going in there? What channel did you use to communicate? That is one. I've known Paida for a few things that you've seen them get to their nerves that even, I said it some time back, that when the fans say no, it's a no. When the fans say this, so decision making entire looks to be like into the hands of the fans, which to me, okay, it may not be a big deal. It may not be something that, but for an organized structure, for an organized group, for an organized thing, the management has to make decisions themselves. You may have a pile of questions, a pile of noise from the fans, but look at Sports Club Villa. Villa is mostly managed by the body of trustees. Still, it is a community club, but there are very many people who are there who deal with this. Still, you will see that they find their way and make sure they win the trophy. So it's equally like Black Angels that has fans that I'm told it's a community club that is there, but this has to have representatives that represent this to the federation. Even there, they will not write the whole community of Paida that this is a community club, okay, it is here. No, you need to have people who represent the community club, they trusted. Now, my concern is, if you are already trusted for such a cause, you're trusted by the people to lead such a club, why should you default them? Why should you go against what exactly it is? Because I've told you, tried following one or two things. I'm being told the issue is allegations that have come through mismanagement of funds by the president by the Black Angels. That's why they're saying, please step down. Yeah? Please step down. Now, the question is, how much has this person, the president, how much have you also invested in this team? Because as a president, you have to equally invest in the club. Yeah? You have to invest. Make sure that this club's revenue should go higher. Are you paying the salaries of the players? Are you keeping the technical team? What is the welfare of the staff in the club? You get it? So to me, I think that is what is very key, and I believe that's the reason why very many people are saying this and that. But just imagine if the president had all the rights and this, he has other things. Others said there was an allegation that the president wants to do every other thing. Every other thing. Now, which every other thing I can't say. Because if you say everything, that means he wants to be the PRO, he wants to be the coach, he wants to be the secretary, he wants to be the CEO, just taking everything into his hands. That means you're messing the club. So in case these allegations were true, then I say, Mr. President, that was a very, very bad thing that you maybe could have done. But in case there are also allegations here and there, at least I've tried my level best calling one or two times by the Black Angel representatives. They have always not come for the show. So I really don't know what the problem is. Even the president, by the way, once I'd ever called him to come. And we talk about the Black Angel structure that is on there. But I think they have not always made it right here. So with all those things moving in there, what are you going to do? We saw the coach leave. At first, the head coach who left, and then the assistant is there. We saw suspension of, that is Mr. Hassan, and then from there, he also bid a farewell, leaving the team. Now, new management is in place. Before even the new management, you see that there is the president is being told to step down, and he's down. Now, that means new structures to come and there are new ideas that have to evolve to make sure that this club runs. Paida is not in a wrong place. 8th on the log with 13 points, that's not bad. You look at the teams that are in front of the team, around 16 points, that's like 3 points only to bridge up. If they can win their next game that is at their home, they would be around at number 6 in case they score a couple of goals because they're only negative goal. You look at the next is around 18, then it's 19. You still have a very big chance to see that this team progresses. So, to my people of Paida, I want to say, let's always trust the process. Let's try. Let's trust the process. What I'm saying we trust the process is sometimes, yeah, the loopholes you learn. Because I know Paida, Black Angels, of being so supportive. I've known them for being so supportive. They have given out things here and there, and they've given things, yeah, so supportive. But in case things don't go right, let's sit back to a round table, iron it. I can assure you that it's not only that. There are very many clubs that have issues. Calvary Football Club had almost lost their coach. But I can tell you the coach right now is there at Calvary because they had to harmonize and make sure things remain. We saw those rumors going that the coach or team was going. But at last, they looked into what do we do to make sure that this does not go. Calvary came up with a statement saying boldly, no, we have not parted ways with the coach. The last game I saw, the coach was traveling with the team. And yet we had rumors even that came about his stepping down, saying he won't be coming. Yeah. So that's how football is. Management is very key in football. That is the pillar of football. Very many clubs have challenges. When we saw the Slaughters, Chetume, when they had issues, even players were not, you couldn't see that, you know. The club has a lot of things that keep coming. So those are big things that you can look into and see we change things, work out. But all in all, if we're going to be only there, this one is done, this one is that. Some people get opportunities and they just want to make money out of football, yes. But the money making, if you don't make me happy as your servant or as your employee, then I won't be able to see that I give you or I deliver to you whatever you need. That's what is there. Anyways, we're saying there are a couple of games that are coming throughout in the FUFA Big League. And out of that, you will be expecting to see a couple of them, just like said. Let me look at the games that are coming during the weekend because we're already approaching the weekend. Couple of games that will be running down the tunnels. Buhimba Saints will be taking on Karo Karunji. That game is going to be on 4th. That means 3 days to go. I mean on 5th. That means 3 days to go. Then you have Busoga United that will be taking on Arua Hill. The two sides are so much struggling but trying to also push things right there. And then you have Gaddafi Football Club that will be taking on Boma FC. And you have Maida Football Club taking on Kataka. They are closer, Maida and Kataka. And then Tunga Saze, who of course have really started it at a good note on the 1st of January, signing a player. I will be giving you details about that player. They will be having a game. Then on 5th, you will also be having the team of Onduparaka Football Club that will be taking on Chiinda Boys. That's also another game to talk about. Then Paida Black Angels will be taking on, of course, Chigeze Homeboys at their own home of Barokoro Stadium. And you have on 8th, Calvary Football Club welcoming Chigeze Homeboys. Whereas Paida Black Angels on again 9th, according to that is the fixture, will also be still turning a focus to welcome the team of Black's Power. Yeah, Black's Power, that is there like after 4 days, they will have to see, I mean, Gaddafi, yes, Paida will have to travel to Gaddafi, sorry. Then Black's Power takes on Gaddafi afterwards, or again on 12th. So just the games are going to be piling and pressing here and there so that every other game is concluded, by the way, on 12th. Now, on 12th, you have games that will be coming like team like Boma taking on Busoga United, Calvary welcoming Nduparaka Football Club at Midigo Playgrounds. Then you have Karo Karunji taking on Mida, and then Kataka taking on Intunga Saze, whereas the team of Chigezi Homeboys will be taking on Buhimba, whereas Chinda Boys will be welcoming by the Black Angels. That will be their last game of the season. So all those are some of the things that are coming. But how is the table standing? How are they probably pushing here and there? That's one big one that you should be asking yourself. But a lot of things that are coming through this time round up. Teams like Buhimba, teams like, of course, right now Gaddafi leads. Then Black Spar follows, Nduparaka with 17. With 19 and 7 goals. Then you have number 4 is Buhimba with 19 points and 6 goals. And then Calvary Football Club, that is also right there at number 5 with 18 points. Boma at number 6 with, of course, 12 points. You have Chinda Boys with number 6 with 16 points. At number, of course, 7, Black's Power. By the Black Angels, yes, with 13 points. Karo Karunji at number 9 with 13 points. Then you have Kataka at number 10 with, of course, 13 points. Whereas Geze Homeboys at number 11. Ntunga Stars at number 12 with 12 points. Arua Hill at number 13 with 10 points. Whereas Busoga United at number 14 with 8 points. And Maida Football Club are the teams that we can talk about. Now, relegation has 4 teams that probably are battling for it. For now, Ntunga Stars at 12. And then 13 is Arua Hill. And then you have 14, which is Busoga and Maida Football Club. Rock bottom, trying to see that they survive the relegation bit of this game. Now, still, I did tell you about the upcoming games that are coming, but before that, I can confirm to you that Ntunga Stars have gotten to sign a defender to see that they boost up their team ahead of what exactly is going to be coming up right there. Now, Ntunga Stars have signed a man by the names of Oluoch. Oluoch has been a very key, prominent figure for that is the team of Boma Football Club. He is a player who has also played for that is Viper Sports Club. So he has done so well for the team right there. But is a defender called Bob Oluoch Jr., who has transferred himself from that is the FUFA Big League entity of Boma Football Club to that is Ntunga Stars. Of course, I said he's a former Viper Sports Club player and has been playing for Boma still in the FUFA Big League, trying to push things right there. Oluoch is signing in that is the secondary transfer, I should say, window, yes, for that is the club whose president is, of course, Yosom Ntegereje, who has been very outstanding and saying that this is the time that he needs to really make sure that the Boma Football Club expands to the diaspora. Remember, Boma has produced a couple of players right here and there, but at the same time, teams, the man by the names of Dennis Omedi, by the way, came from Boma. That's a very big one that you did see, and he's expected for that is a future to be a very key future prospect for that is the teams, the Brewers, you could call them, that's their nickname as Boma Football Club, as of course their first round closes this January. So it's going to be a very, very big one as he brings in, of course, I should say a team work and a wealth of experience that he has also been putting in there. And has also, by the way, previously this man went up to that is Sweden to play for a team called Ludvika FK. That has been right there. And then, of course, Vauxhall United, he also did his part. And not forgetting also Jumbai IF. And, of course, before joining Sports Club Villa to this. So he is coming with that experience. Meanwhile, Ntunga Stars have also signed, by the way, another player, I can tell you, by the names of Kenneth Secha. He's called Kenneth Sechamuzi. From that is Mbale Heroes. Secha Munzi has been at Mbale Heroes, not so much a starter, but of course this time round he has gotten his way through here. Now on that is 12th, of course this Sunday on 5th, you will be seeing this January transfer players probably start because they will be starting to, play for the team because this team will be hosting Black Spar Football Club. That is going to be at Saza Grounds in Mitiana. And then of course you will be seeing also on 12th their last game could be against the team of Kataka that they will be visit, that is Mbale City, to see that they play these games. So will they do all what we see? That's one big one. Remember, 3 teams will qualify for the Star Times Uganda Premier League by the end of the season. So now strengthening and making sure things work out is very, very key, and that is where we shall always want to see teams push and make sure that things go rightly to their names. So I think a good addition, and they're doing very good to see that work still continues amidst all the things. It's the second day, but they have so far signed 2 players into their books. So that's a very good business in the FUFA Big League. I think it's their team to look on to come this very season. Now, in the same time, I want us to cross over to the Star Times Uganda Premier League, where also a couple of actions will be taking place today with a lot of things. And one of them is the desperate team. I'm talking about KCCA Football Club that is right now seeking for redemption. Again, that is the Hadley Police Football Club. Names like Anaku Sadat would be one key names that you could be talking about. But before we get to that, I want to say that these names like Anaku, they will be coming, by the way, for that is the game that will be on 18th. On 18th, we shall be having what is called the late Agao Rashid Memorial Match. That will be taking place at Greenlight Stadium at the home of Onduparaka, and that's going to be a very big one. So at Amabet Greenlight Stadium, you'll be having that game to take place on 18th. So I can also call upon you who is watching. I know my friends always at Gal Sports Betting. They keep watching and following every day right here at Onjivu Streets. Thank you so much for always keeping it right there. Now, at the same time, Thursday, January 2025, I can tell you it's getting big and better. Police will be taking on, of course, KCCA at Kavumba Recreational Center, and then you will be seeing the team of Maroons Football Club taking on Bale Heroes at Lugazi. 4 p.m. Express will be welcoming the team of Soltilo Bright Stars. Yeah, those are some of the big games that are coming in there. We're taking a break. When I come back, I'll be breaking for you these games down, and then we proceed with other games that will be coming right there. Even internationally, Arsenal had a very good comeback yesterday. What next for them? And whereas United, are they also involved in the transfer speculations that will be coming right here? Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Hey! Ha!
Caralho, uma bandida!
Subscribe for 3 months to any package of your choice or grab an Azam TV kit and pay for 3 months and stand a chance to win life-changing rewards. Android smart TVs, fridges, motorcycles, and that is not all. You could walk away with free subscription or the grand prize of 20 million Ugandan shillings in cash. Yes, 20 million grand prize. Subscribe today and enter the draw. For more information, 031 2308 900 or visit any Azam TV dealer near you.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody.
Look out for StarTimes Solar to unwrap your lighting and entertainment experience this Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
At only 700 shillings daily charge, get yourself a StarTimes S50 that comes with lighting, phone charging, strong lithium battery, radio with a flash port, and a Bluetooth speaker. For more entertainment needs, get yourself a StarTimes S130 that comes with an extra 32-inch TV screen and 2 years free StarTimes subscription. StarTimes Solar, more than just solar.
Welcome back from that break. Still Whistle Time right here on that is the Whistle Time desk, and my name still remains Owen Izaga, your host. Just like I did tell you, the StarTimes Uganda Premier League still also continues. By the way, teams have not broken off for that is the first round. Now it's back to how teams need to push, because the man by the names of Abdallah Mubiru he's on immense pressure because he needs to deliver. They gave him a task. Abdallah Mubiru, KCCA Football Club, now wants you to win. Yeah, so it is all about winning. What exactly? Because they want trophies. So there's a lot of pressure on this gentleman called Abdallah Mubiru. Remember their previous game? I was a tie with that sports club Villa, and the Villa team really needed to push so much to see that things work also in their way. So now KCCA happens to be the team probably on pressure right about now. And if you look at how exactly these teams are, by the way, how the table standing is, I can tell you KCCA is not in a bad position, but they are around 4 points, in fact 5 points shy. That is the top table leaders. I'm talking about Sports Club Vipers. All of them have played so far 13 games to their name, and things are not going the way as expected. That is the bosses of KCCA Football Club. Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, I remember when he was opening this season, he said, this time round we want trophies, and that is one big thing that Abdallah Mubiru has to work on. Now, a lot of expectation will be, of course, the name, and KCCA coach Abdallah Mubiru hopes that 1.5 week break will, of course, spur his side to turning things around when they visit, that is police, because they are rested for that moment of the festive season. Now, of course, the Kasasa are still in search for that is their first league title since 2019, I can tell you, and they have had in different forms, and the forms in that is the past 7 matches, winning just twice. And then, of course, it has not been well, finding themselves 5 points behind, of course, the leaders, Vipers, who are also on 28 points. So things really are there. But the 1.5 break has been so big to clubs to see that they adjust, they prepare, and make sure things work their way. We're waiting to see how exactly that will be. Police is a very stubborn side, because if you look at that performance, they have been a team that even comes back. At least the worst will always be for them a draw that they could be pushing in there. So Police Football Club has having the quality, having the trust and the belief in themselves adds in the flame into this. Both teams have been for rest. That's where now you need to assess how the players are, because if your players were not doing enough, then they will look rusty in this game, where you may not be able to see that a team gets to that. So however, if you look at what the coach said, He expects a very tough game against that is the Cops, who of course have only lost twice, by the way, this season. I can tell you that's a very, very tough game to see that they get in there. So, like every other player, he said, like any other player or like any other team that plays against us, they will be motivated to prove a point, and that is a call for that is KCCA Football Club, and being of course clinical, and that is the both ends. So they will always want to prove whatever is there. But of course, the man by the names of Simon Peter Mugerwa, who is the head coach of that is the Cops. Yes, he also did say a lot of things. He missed the Cops last league outing due to that is a commitment to that is the CAF A, because he was doing CAF A. But now the course which is done at Njeru, and now he believes his availability will also have an influence in the team, because he's back into the team. When he was being interviewed, he said, "I am very glad to be back," and he started. We have had a good training sessions, and our target will be shift return to winning ways after, of course, fluttering in the last game. That's his word, he said simply. But of course, a couple of names that are right there. One of them is Derek Nsibambi, who is fully fit and available for selection. For that is the visitors. But of course, the center backs, Peter Magambo and Philip Benchan, unavailable again through that is injury. And then the hosts have Matthias Mwanga, who of course is also ill with malaria. Then you have James Obed Bryan, who will also be missing because of personal problems that he will be right there. So there will be that unavailability of those players that I've given you. If you look at how the teams are, KCCA, by the way, are unbeaten against Police Football Club in the last 20 Premier League games or clashes since 2012 or since 2012. They have never been beaten. So KCCA has won 13 and they have drawn 7 of these games since 2012. Now, in other matches, yes, I can tell you that it's going to be a very big game today still, where I did tell you Mbale Heroes will make a trip to Lugazi, just that is inside Mabida. And then you have, of course, yes, Mbale Heroes will make a trip to Lugazi to face, of course, Maroons, while, of course, Express will also be making a trip. Mbale will be making a trip to Luzira to face Maroons. Then the team of Maroons will, the team of Express will be hosting Saltillo Bright Stars at St. Mary's, at Nachivubo Stadium. Yeah, so all those games will be coming right today. Tomorrow there are also going to be games, by the way. Lugazi will be going to Bull Neighbors there at Najiembe, and then UPDF will also be crossing over to Vipers. Vipers will be going to Bombo to play UPDF. That's also another game. On Saturday, Sports Club Villa will take on URA at 4 p.m. Whereas NEC Football Club will be taking on Marara City at 7 p.m. That's a live game on TV. And then, of course, you have Wakiso Giants on Sunday. That will be taking on Chitara at 7 p.m. A game that will also be live on TV. Now, guess what? The man by the names of Asaf Mwebaze will be missing also in this game, because he will be missing his paymasters. Remember, he was also at Marunza Football Club right there, but this will be now a very big one, because Asaf has missed an opportunity to face his ex paymasters, as of course Mbale Heroes makes this visit right there. The Surgeons suspended this coach. He's an experienced tactician, and have appointed, of course, Mubarak Wamboya as an interim coach. But coming into the game, Mbale Heroes are still languishing, that is the bottom, by the way, the bottom 3, with only 9 points, and have lost their last 4 outings. Yeah, in fact, their last outing 4-0 to that is the table leaders. I'm talking about Viper Sports Club. The visitors have so far also won only 2 matches in that is the Premier League so far, and are yet to see that they win their away from home games. So they have never won away. All their games have been inside their own stadium. Now, for that is the host, who beat, of course, that is the Police 2-1 in their last outing. They will also be building on one of that is the key prospects, as they will be welcoming back, I told you, their coach who is back already. And then, of course, Simon Peter Ojok is also going to be back into the team. So that means the duo were absent in that is the last game due to, of course, I did tell you, the CAF engagements. Now they are back. They will be doing a lot of things. Maroons are fifth on that is the log with 19 points, whereas they have lost only once in the last 5 games, according to the statistics here. Else, you will be seeing them push a lot. Else, that is going to be very, very interesting. Okay. I want to leave that there and probably move to that is what exactly is happening with that is the Olympics team right there, because there's a lot of things coming there. Now, the Uganda Olympics Committee has also further stamped partnerships with the different partners, entities, and this time around they have partnered with an important pillar as Uganda Forestry Authority is providing them around 1,500 acres of land in 5 locations with, of course, objectives of setting up the largest Olympics forest in the Olympic global family. That's a very big word for that is the team, of course, the committee. The year 2024 was a special one for that is the Olympics Committee, or the Uganda Olympics Committee, and it has been so big. This marked the XXX Olympiad Games that was hosted by in France, and that is the motto, Games Wide Open. Yeah, it was so interesting for them. But Uganda was among the 204 countries that took part and presented a strong delegation to go for that is athletics, swimming, and rowing. Not forgetting even cycling, by the way. You did see that go with Joshua Cheptegei, who won a medal, gold medal, by the way, in the 10,000 meters race with Peruth Chemtai, who was also another one signing out with a silver, and that is the women's 3,000 meters steep chase, race that went on, as also Uganda finished 55th overall and 7th in Africa in the overall grade. So that means very, very big for them, and it means this not being an easy one. Uganda happens to be one of the big names that you could talk about in there, because Uganda also graced the Africa game in March 2024, winning, of course, 20 medals, 4 golds, 6 silvers, and 10 bronzes that came through, finishing 13th out of that is the 54th countries that also came in there. So Olympics in France and African Games in Ghana side, the Uganda Olympics Committee remained engaged in, of course, a number of games that also came through. So it's so big for them. And Dr. Donald Rukare, I tried getting to him, but he was a little bit busy. The president of the Uganda Olympics Committee, he came on board to address media during that is the end of the year address that they had at the headquarters in Lugogo. He said a lot of things, and he told me he was still, of course, discussing Rukari, of course, a tight buddy with whom we normally have 1 or 2 insights about what exactly they have in plan for the team. Now, yesterday, Arsenal Football Club also had a very good run in the English Premier League, of course, coming from a goal down to win 3 goals now, which keeps them so close to that is the top, with names like Gabriel Martinelli coming all on the score sheet to see that things work well for them. But I think Arteta is trying to get where they are, because it was so strong for them to see that they get in there. Remember, yesterday was the official date that these transfers opened. So on that, they had to first beat the Bees. I'm talking about Brentford by 3 goals to 0. Now let's look at how things are happening in the world of transfers. Yeah, transfers. This afternoon, they are saying Manchester could also complete a stunning 83 million move for that is a January move for that is the man by the names of Gyökeres, who of course has been into the books of Ruben Amorim, who of course is struggling. United has never lost 5 consecutive games under any new coach. 3 consecutive games in 103 March years. Yeah, they have never, whether you knew, 3 games at Old Trafford consecutively, it has never happened right there. So it has happened with this man. And remember, also United is on a lot of social handles, a lot of social media talks are going on, because the coach said United is battling in for relegation. That statement alone has brought in a lot of discussions from different people, and indeed for me, the coach was correct because only 7 points to the relegation is not a big thing. So they need to fight away from that. But remember, they have a clause that was signed around 18 months ago that said with Adidas, their main sponsor, who is paying, of course, which has the biggest deal in the history of sponsorship in English Premier League right there. It's 900, of course, that they signed in there. This means that in the partnership there was a clause of, in case you relegated, we can completely have a half pay of a whole season. You get it? 50%. So that's what is there. So a lot of things are happening. That means they need to do business. But for Manchester United to do any business right now, they need to get into what is called sell players to get more players. Yeah? I'm talking about the financial fair play rule. So there are names that have come in, but they're looking at bringing in names like Victor Gyökeres, this Swedish international. Yes, of course, if you look at what Man is doing, things are not working out for them, because Rasmus Højlund, Joshua Zirkzee, no, they're not doing to the expectation, and his only option through the middle is now the Rasmus Højlund, because Rashford and Zirkzee, they would be, according to reports, depart at the end of this transfer. January, they could be pushing in there. So we are waiting to see, because this guy Sporting is saying, if you're to fork out this player, pay 100 million euros, which is around 83 million pounds that they need to pay for this player called Victor Gyökeres, who of course is a name to talk about. So we're waiting to see how this would be working out for Manchester United, whether they could be forking it out, because a couple of names are being linked with a move away from United. One of them is Marcus Rashford, who is ready, and then you have Joshua Zirkzee, who of course is already being looked at by Juventus. You have Casemiro, who is also another name. Lindelof Victor, whose contracts, by the way, also they are free to talk because they have only 6 months left in their contract. You have Christian Eriksen, who is there. That is called the Bosman rule. You can now start negotiations with any club right from there about this move of how the teams are. So it's a very, very big one. Not only that, there's also a battle for that is, of course, players who could be moving. 6 players are ready to leave United: Maguire, Christian Eriksen, Johnny Evans, Victor Lindelof, and Tom Heaton. And not forgetting, of course, Amad Diallo. They can now talk to any club of their choice. Why? Because they are only left with 6 months to see. Now, the Bosman rule says if you're 6 months, you have right to discuss any deal with any club to see that you have maybe a pre-contract and the rest. So United are still struggling to see that they get Amad back, but still others can push in there. So a lot of things about United. Now, if you look at how things are happening, there's also still that man called Kolo Maino, who is at PSG, not playing. He has so far played 2 games only, and they are looking forward to see that this player needs to really, really play for United. So United wants him, and that is one big one. And Arsenal have also come on board to make a decision on permanent move for the unsettled Marcus Rashford. They want him into the books of Arsenal Football Club. And here, Arsenal's Mikel Arteta feels this player would shine for him at, that is, Arsenal Football Club. Could that be a very good move? Of course, a very good one for him. It would be terrifying, because Saudi Pro Leagues, around 3 clubs have come through to say that they want the man by the name of Marcus Rashford during this January. But I don't think Marcus Rashford will be preferring to go there. He's 27 years of age. I don't think he can still play like 3-4 seasons in England or in the English Premier League to see that he makes the move in maybe to those other games. So it's also another call. Ancelotti is also looking forward to see that he needs a forward to come and replace Mohamed Salah, and he's still looking at the man by the names of Kolo Maino of course PSG. Not forgetting, of course, replacement also right there by Manchester United, who want a goalkeeper by the names of course, he plays for, in fact, Bayern and Manchester United are the one fighting for this goalkeeper here. He plays his games for the team of Brighton and Hove Albion. He's called Bart van der Breggen, who has been one key name to be linked with a move right there. So it's so big. Then Arteta's change of Hart is one big one because he's looking to see who is that person who could be replacing Bukayo Saka is also the question right there. So we're waiting to see how these things move on. Still on the transfers, I have a lot that is coming through right this very afternoon, coming in from the world of transfer, because a couple of teams, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been talk of the town to see that he crosses over to Real Madrid, because Real Madrid remain on the track to sign that is Trent Alexander-Arnold in a summer move or on a free transfer. So they are looking at the 26-year-old who could be leaving the team of Liverpool Football Club. Now, Barcelona, as a sporting director, Deco's engagements to sign Liverpool's Colombian winger is also on. I'm talking about Luis Diaz, who is also right there. But at the same time, Arsenal have also led the race to sign Eintracht Frankfurt Argentine forward Omar Mamoshi, who of course has been one big one. He's 25 years of age, but being linked with a move right there, including Marcus Rashford right there. So all is what I can give you this afternoon, but Dani Olmo is one big name that we are looking into because he has not been registered with the La Liga base side. I'm talking about Barcelona, so he could be making a way to see that he wants to go. But the Danish, the Catalonian side are really struggling because this man cannot just stay there idle without playing. So it is unto, that is Dani Olmo to decide whether he will want to go away or remain in the team right there. That's all what I had for you for today. A very good afternoon. Let's catch up again tomorrow as we shall be having the Whistle Time right here